There is the howtospendit.com Hurlingham team on the big screen there. We're going to show you some individual headshots. This is the Audi Prince of Wales team playing at 1, Alec White, 3 goals from Australia. Playing at 2, Jean du Plessis, handicap 6, 2 goals from South Africa. Rob Archibald, handicap 6 from Australia, playing at 3. And at back, Tom de Bruyn, handicap 7, 4 goals from South Africa. The Young England team playing in the Hurlingham strip at 1, Ollie Cudmore, 4 goals, 22 years old. Playing at 2, George Merrick, 5 goals. At 3, Max Charlton, 6 goals. And at back, Richard Lepeur, off 5 goals. Well, I think we'll introduce the 2 teams now. Let's start off with our visitors, and I'm going to hand over to Tony Coppola, who's going to introduce you to the Audi Prince of Wales team.
Okay, at number 1 from Australia, Alec White, rated at 3 goals. At number 2, Jean du Plessis from South Africa, rated at 6 goals. Also rated at 6 goals from Australia, Rob Archibald. And rounding out the lineup at number 4, Tom de Bruyn, 7 goals. There you have the Prince of Wales Audi team.
The howtospendit.com Hurlingham team, Young England, playing at 1, Ollie Cudmore, 4 goals, 22 years old. At 2, 25 years old and 5 goals, that's George Merrick. At 3, off 6 goals, age 23, Max Charlton. And up back off 5 goals, age 25, Richard Lepeur. So the Young England team have a handicap of plus 20 as a team, and the Audi Prince of Wales team, the Young Commonwealth team, have a handicap of 21.
So a little word out on the field about the ponies. I talked to you a little bit before. Let's just quickly run up through the lineup. Alec White, he's playing a horse from Australia, loaned to him today, kindly by George Hambry. It's a horse called Pollen. It's an 8-year-old gelding. Jean du Plessis, as I said, riding a horse borrowed to him by his brother Nachi. She's called Hooker. She comes from South Africa. The black horse that Robbie Archibald ride, he comes from his own country down in Australia. She's called Cece. She's 10 years old. And Tom de Bruyn riding a New Zealand mare called Rapper. And for Hurlingham, Ollie Cudmore riding a horse called Babu. That's a UK thoroughbred. George Merrick riding a horse from Tony Cola's country, Berta, the liver chestnut that he's on. Max Charlton on Etc. from a horse from the Argentine. And rounding up the lineup, a very nice horse called Selena of Richard Lepeur. She comes from Australia. Now, just a quick word. If you see on any of the horses' rumps a little sticker, it'll say ROR. That means that horse is a retrained racehorse. There's a prize for it. The groom gets 50 quid. There's a bridle and a rug. Dial Button-Up will be judging it. There'll be a presentation of that at the end of the game. And if you see that little sticker, that means it's a racehorse and therefore it's competing for that prize. We're ready for the off. Felix.
Okay, here we go. The ball's in play. And fighting hard for it there was Ollie Cudmore. But it's Jean du Plessis. No, he hasn't got a hold of it. George Merrick fighting hard for it in the maroon helmet, trying to get it away from this melee. Plays the backhand and sets up Ollie Cudmore up against the boards here. Ollie Cudmore leaves it for Richard Lepeur, who sends a worm burner up towards the 60-yard line. Oh, my word. And picking it up nicely, George Merrick. He's left it behind. It's been beautifully cleared, though, by Alec White, who's playing it out to the other side. Jean du Plessis away now on the far side of the ground. The ball up against the boards. Richard Lepeur with the short little backhand. Merrick quick to turn, but it's sent back with interest by Tom de Bruyn. And now Jean du Plessis bringing it across field.
2 players coming together real hard. It's a loose ball. Who's got it? It's taken now by Merrick can't get back to the line. De Bruyne takes a back shot, but rushing onto the line, Charlton. Merrick gets another mallet on it. Tom De Bruyne with a back shot, sets up the play. No one there to take the line. It's turned back once again by the team in black. Picking up the line, taking it across the field. Here comes Alec White. Alec White, nice drive. He's got Duplessis moving in. Duplessis got the speed, can't get enough on it. And the ball is taken across the ground by Charlton. Charlton sends a pass over to Cudmore. Ollie Cudmore makes the turn. Cudmore still in control, reaches back, nice pickup. Ollie Cudmore taking it half swing, bringing it down the field. De Bruyne moves into challenge. Cudmore's got the speed. He's lost that ball. It's turned back once again by the team in red. Action at the boards. Duplessis fighting with two players, but he's lost the play as Charlton, Max Charlton, picks up the play, slows it down, looks downfield. Now Charlton sends a strong drive down to his number one, Cudmore, as De Bruyne is whistled right in front of that goal. Two mounted officials on top of the play. Let's see what they decide here, Felix.
Yeah, well, it looked like piling on down the line there was Alec White, and it looks like it's going to be a spot hit to the Hurlingham team. And Max Charlton just teeing that ball up. Remember, the Hurlingham team, Young England, they have a goal and a half in terms of handicap advantage. They're a 20-goal side playing a 22-goal side.
Well, this will be a sure goal.
Well, I've seen these missed before, though.
Yeah.
Here comes Max Charlton.
Taps it once, twice, just eases it on in, and it's now 2.5 to 0.
John Duplessis showing true commitment coming through there. They are allowed to defend that as soon as the ball is struck or struck out.
Okay.
He always came out.
Duplessis off his pony momentarily. There is timeout. Officials timeout on the field. They will come back to the center of the ground. Line up on the official. We will change direction of play. Direction of play is changed after each score, so that neither team will have a wind, sun, or field advantage. So the team in red, Audi Prince of Wales team, will be heading to the clock.
So here we go then. Ball is back in play. And straight from the line out. Ollie Cudmore tried to come away with it, but it's Jean Duplessis here for the Audi Prince of Wales team. Deft little back pass there to Tom De Bruyne, who's left it behind him. Oh, Ollie Cudmore tried to do the steal, and we've got a whistle. Not really sure what happened there, Tony.
Well, apparently the officials thought that he was over the line. Apparently that's what did happen. He was over the line when when Cudmore came back.
And we can see the replay on the big screen there. That's helpful. Going to march it up the field by the look of it. Penalty 4.
Yes, the blue player Cudmore was, had he not been fouled, had free access to run downfield, so they're going to bring it down. He picks up 90 yards. They'll drop it on the 60-yard line. To set this one up for you, the team in red, they can place themselves wherever they'd like, providing they are 30 yards from that ball when it is hit or hit at. All right, the team in blue, they're going to put one player on each side of the goal mouth in case the ball should go wide. One player to hit, and the fourth player will stay kind of halfway so they can go on offense or defense. The object here is to get that ball high in the air, well out of the reach of the defending players and between the goalposts. Max Charlton is high, it's right through, and
well, that's the way to do it. That ball had ice on it when it came down.
Sure did. So the howtospendit.com Hurlingham team has a commanding lead now, 3.5 to 0 over the Audi Prince of Wales squad.
Just a quick word there. Just look at the horse that Robbie Archibald's riding. He's riding a horse of his brother's called Addie, and she's got a retrained racehorse sticker on her backside.
Backside, exactly.
Right, Merrick puts the ball downfield. Cudmore races back, but Jean Duplessis there first. A nice backhander sets up his #1, Alec White. White reaches on the near side, left-hand side of the pony, but it's turned on now by Charlton. Max Charlton followed up here by Merrick. And it's once again in possession of the red team. They're taking it down the right-hand side. Tom DeBrain. Tom DeBrain goes in, takes the bump, takes the ball. DeBrain on the offense now. DeBrain runs it towards goal. He's ridden off. He's followed up by Duplessis, but the ball is wide and over the back line, and we'll have a knock-in by the team in black.
So, Hurlingham feeling a bit of pressure here. Howdy Prince of Wales team, they've got to keep this pressure on. They trail 0 to 3.5. And coming in to hit this ball is Richard Lepeur, with Max Charlton just getting forward of him. Interesting to see which way Max goes here. Richard Lepeur opens his shoulder, puts a bruise on that ball. Skied it slightly. George Merrick trying to pick it up. And Jean Duplessis getting in there, hassling. And Tom DeBrain couldn't pick it up, and now sent forward there by Max Charlton. That's a lovely pass up to George Merrick. George Merrick in the clear here. And George Merrick still 3 lengths to the good of Rob Archibald, who's trying to close him down. Can he go all the way? Merrick down towards the goal. The pony kicks it. It's through the goal.
Well done. Nice team play. Nice team play by the HowToSpendIt.com team. You notice how Cudmore took out the defending player, allowing Merrick a free run to goal. And it's now 4.5 to 0.
In fact, looking on the big screen, you could just see that there was absolutely nothing that Rob Archibald could do, despite being on that racehorse. And George Merrick, the man on your screen there, the goal scorer. Tony, take it away.
Okay, we're back in the lineup again. The red team has their back to the wall. The ball is back into play. Duplessis. Duplessis slows it down, looking for some hitting room, trying to get past the defending player. Duplessis still in control. Duplessis working it downfield. He's double teamed here, but it's backed up by Cudmore. Stolen, taken forward now by Alex White. White breaks free. Oh, it's DeBrain, excuse me. Tom DeBrain, his shot turned around. Coming in on the pickup, it's gonna be Merrick. George Merrick. George Merrick, he scored on the other end. He's out in front. He's got a 2-goal lead. The ball is in the air. He waits for it to settle, can't get a handle on it. It's a loose ball. It's turned back by the team in red. Coming in now, a nice backhander by Lepeur. Lepeur. His shot. Whoa, 2 players come together. Duplessis. Duplessis setting up DeBrain. Tom DeBrain. He's got a player downfield waiting for the pass. It's Alec White. Slows down, controls it nicely. Now it's DeBrain. Okay, DeBrain puts it through, and the first score of the game for the Audi Prince of Wales team by Tom DeBrain. So it's now 4.5 to 1.
Well, they needed that one. Good to see them on the scoreboard. Seconds left in this first chukker as they canter back to the middle.
You may have seen a few people changing ponies. The grey pony that Ollie Cudmore's come back on, that's a horse called M&M. He changed it a couple of minutes ago. Tom DeBrain also quickly changed under his first spare. Another horse from South Africa called South Africa, called Lady. And there goes the bell to end the first chukker. So they'll go off now with a commanding advantage in favour of the Hurlingham team, 4.5 goals to 1. They lead by 3.5. A nice opening play in the first chukker. We'll be back shortly. I'll tell you a little bit more about the ponies. But those retrained racehorses is the prize they're playing for in this opening match.
Good open chukker, Tony. Good end-to-end stuff. But the Hurlingham team, they really do have the advantage here, 4.5 to 1.
Well, Felix and Tony and Jamie, thank you very much for all your help up here. It's fantastic to have this first game going on here today. Don't forget, after the end of this chukker, we'll get you out on the field, do a little bit of divot stomping. And the field looks in fantastic order. We thank our ground staff for their hard work. Coming out of the back of the throw-in, Duplessis and Ollie Cudmore, but too quick coming across was Richard Lepore. Tom Dubrain with a nice backhand. Good angle getting over to Alec White. He sneaks in to try and get the foul on Max Charlton. The umpires blow the whistle. If they want, they can go to their third man, Robert Graham, who is in the grandstand. And as the sun comes out, Felix, would you want to be anywhere else?
No, we're in heaven. We're winning the Ashes.
Listen. I didn't even start, okay? Let's go, righto. Rugby, done. What else? Handman, what's his name? Murray, he's a Scot.
No, he's British. He's British.
And then the cricket, yeah, right, well, it's 2-0 so far, but come on, bring it on. Come on, you Aussies.
Oh, dear. Tom Dubrain leaves that one behind. Ollie Cudmore coming in to apply the pressure. Dubrain gets away with it, though. Opens his shoulder, sends a lovely pass up over halfway. Looking for Rob Archibald. It bounces off a horse. Unfortunate. Dubrain coming through. They've left it behind. Jean Duplessis, very quick to turn. Merrick trying to apply the pressure, but it's picked off there by Cudmore. Cudmore does the useful little backhand there from Richard Lepore. In fact, Max Charlton that was who picked that ball up. And I think that ball's gone out of play. Well, we had a lovely open chucker, that first chucker,
Sure did.
Tony, but this is going to be nail-biting stuff now.
Okay, ready for the bowl in here. Ball is back in play. It's taken out of there by George Merrick. George Merrick working it down the sideline. Merrick hands it off to teammate Charlton. Max Charlton can't get past the defending player. Nice turn back here by Archibald. And I believe that ball is once again over the sideline. Clock continues to run down. No timeout. So they'll line up quickly.
4.5 to 1 the score. Ball's back in play. And brought across here by Max Charlton. Now, Ollie Cudmore. In fact, Richard Lepore, that is, who sends the backhand under the tail up to Ollie Cudmore. And Cudmore trying to keep control here. Cudmore. He wants to be careful he doesn't get done for the walking dribble here. Does the little deft back pass to Max Charlton. That didn't work, though. Jean Duplessis plays the backhand beautifully, but there's no one on the other end of it. And Lepore's got all the time in the world to turn it around and bring it back for the Hurlingham team. There's the shot down towards the front door. Jean Duplessis back there, plays a beautiful near side backhand, lovely tail backhand out towards the sidelines. A really good safety shot. Rob Archibald trying to pick it up. And just leaving it behind there was Tom Dubrain. Well, it's looking really competitive, Tony. You take it on from here.
All right, Duplessis loses the play. Cudmore gets turned around. Cudmore trying to get past the defending player, Dubrain. And it's stolen by George Merrick. But once again, the team in red steals the play as Duplessis comes to the boards. Jean Duplessis. Jean. Can he take it on his own? Duplessis decides to go on his own. Duplessis comes back to the center. Jean Duplessis, 6 goals on the move. Charlton reaches back, tries to turn it as Cudmore comes up with it once again. Ollie Cudmore, can he break from the pack? Cudmore taking it down the center. Ollie Cudmore. Cudmore is about 70 yards out, drags that ball forward. Little traffic there in front of the goal. The ball rolls wide of the goal mouth over the back line, and we'll have a knock-in by the team in red. So they duck a bullet there. The score remains 4.5 to 1, and we'll have a knock-in by Lepore.
Yeah, we're just watching the replay on the big screen here. You can see that ball just rolling a couple of yards out to the left as in comes Tom Dubrain to hit this ball in for the Prince of Wales team. Taps it forward. Ollie Cudmore just trying to close, but it's still Tom Dubrain. The rest of his team knocking lumps out of the other team. Looking competitive.
For sure.
Now, watch Jean Duplessis. There's the pass right onto the end of his cane. Lovely play from Tom Dubrain. Sets up Duplessis, but George Merrick's in there hassling him. Uh-oh! He picks it up out of the air and riding hard now down the ground. Picked up here by Tom Dubrain on his near side. Oh, he's left that behind him. Merrick gets his near side backhand in, but it didn't get any length on it. Rob Archibald coming through here. Oh, and we've got a whistle. I'll be interested to see the replay on that, Tony. I don't know if possibly Rob Archibald's horse's hind quarters just straight across the line there. We'll see what they decide. Looks like they're going off to do some changes.
Yeah, I think the ball's going to stay on this end. Archibald had possession of the ball. I think the defending player was the one who stopped on the line.
Gave him no right of way, I think. Tony, exactly right. You can see Rob coming through. Had to check up his horse to avoid any form of an accident or a collision. And the ball gets taken forward to the next mark on the field.
Exactly. You know, we talk about the line of the ball, but we really have to stress the right of way. There's also the right of way, the space that you need to, or a lane that you need to ride a horse through, whether you cross the line or not. You still have to give enough space to ride a horse through there. So the umpires, the officials, looks like they dropped it on the 40-yard stripe, I think. I think that's a penalty.
I just have a look,
40-yard stripe. There is timeout. Some players are changing some mounts here. So again, after this chukker, we're going to have a halftime. We're going to invite everybody out on the field to tread in some divots.
Looks like it's a penalty too, in fact.
Okay. Stand to be corrected. It's a penalty 2, 30-yard.
So nothing that the Hurlingham team can do about this.
Well, you may have noticed a lot of the players came off the corner just there. In fact, there were 5 players that changed ponies there. You may change a pony anytime you like. 2 of the ponies that are about to come back on, they're just over there at the moment. You can keep your eye on. One is a horse called Escriba. She's a liver chestnut. She comes from Ireland, and she's another retrained racehorse. She's 10 years old, and Max Charlton just changed onto her. And then the black horse that George Merrick is riding is another retrained racehorse. She's called Valentine. She was bred here in the United Kingdom. I saw Tom de Brain as well. He was also changing. And he's gone back on a bay called Lady. His first bay, or playing a different one in the second half of the game. Max Charlton's brought 8 ponies to this game, and he's hoping to play all 8. The grey pony that Ollie Cudmore's on, he's actually already played that horse for a couple of minutes in the previous chukker. He's back on her again. That's an 8-year-old gelding, comes from the Argentine called M&M. You may have noticed, those of you who've got a program with ponies, that the vast majority of the ponies are mares. In fact, in this first game, I think there's only about 10% of the horses being played are actually geldings. And I better not say it, but just might make you chuckle, one or two of the gentlemen. They always like mares in polo. One, they can always have a second career breeding, but they're easier to discipline than a boy. Did you realise that, Felix?
I'll take your word for it. Well, a slight delay here, whilst we just make sure everyone's properly mounted for the next play. There's penalty 2 in favour of the Audi Prince of Wales team, and they desperately need it because they trail with less than 3 minutes left in chukker number 2 by 1 goal to 4.5. We've just got horse that's taken a bit of a knock. Horse welfare an absolute priority here at Guards Polo Club. Couldn't give a stuff about the players, but we do care about the horses.
I was a horse I'd like to be attended to by Holly Baird. She's our resident vet, and she has a particularly fond affinity for ponies, as Jean Duplessis comes in to take this penalty 2 from 30 yards out.
Duplessis shoots and puts it between the posts. It's now 4.5 to 2. So, Audi Prince of Wales team gets another notch on the board. It's 4.5 to 2 as they cut the margin almost in half. So once again, they'll come back to the lineup. We'll change direction to play again. Looks like we've got some timeout on the field again. I haven't heard a whistle, but I think we've got some official timeout.
Lost a shoe there, I think, yeah. Tony.
Okay. Now we've got the whistle. So the clock is stopped. So the team in red, they've still got some time to tie it up, but of course that howtospend.com team is not going to let them do it if they can. All right, out of the throw in, here comes George Merrick, but he's lost that play, and moving on in will be Cudmore on that gray pony. Ollie Cudmore slows it down. Now Cudmore sends it down, but it's defended. Alec White across the field. Alec White, the number 1 in red. White has the speed, runs the turn. Cudmore in hot pursuit. Alec White trying to run this turn. Whoa, what a nice bump here. Alec White gets free. Alec White reaches down, can't quite pick it up. Right behind Archibald's shot, and Duplessis takes a big hit, and he makes the score. It's now 4.5 to 3.
Well, back on the warpath, the Audi Prince of Wales team, the young Commonwealth team. That gives them 3 goals now to 4.5. They're on the way back. Half-time approaching. Remember, your part of the match is coming with just, I think our clock's gone berserk there. I think we've only got a minute left.
Right. But as you notice there, the 3 red players were right in line following up. And there was three reds to 2 blue shirts, so they got the advantage there.
De Bruyne bringing that foot round the corner here. Looking upfield, George Merrick trying to apply the pressure. Tom De Bruyne turning it upfield. But Merrick heading him off. Max Charlton's coming in there, plays the short little tail backhand, sets up Ollie Cudmore, who picks it up and puts it over the boards. They're knocking lumps out of each other, Tony.
Well, they're sure battling back and forth. 2 young, great teams out there. All right, the ball's in play. Who's going to win this throw-in? It's the team in red. As Max Charlton comes up with the ball. Max Charlton working both sides of the pony. Charlton gets it past the mid-stripe, but Duplessis will get there for the defense. Duplessis, nice little backhander. Moving to the line. It's Latour, but he is whistled.
I think even I saw that one.
Yeah. So with 5 seconds, they'll bring the ball downfield. This penalty will go in favor of the team in red, Audi Prince of Wales team. And let's see. Okay, we got 1 scoreboard is correct, and 1 is not. So it's 4.5 to 3. And if they can score this penalty shot, Duplessis is going to tee this ball up. If he can score this, he'll put his team within a half goal to end this half.
Which is pretty amazing, really, because all the pressure early doors, three unanswered goals in that first chukker from the Hurlingham team.
They were down 4.5 to 0. So Duplessis, he's going to want to get this ball high in the air and well out of the reach of those defending players. And this half at 4.5 to 4 if he can.
He's got quite a hard act to follow. Max Charlton sent it to the moon when he played his penalty for. In he comes anyway. It's a worm burner.
See, it's deflected wide. They keep it in play. There's the bell.
Max Charlton taking it to the boards, and that will conclude chukker number 2, folks. It's your part of the match now. So play upstanding. Let's show our appreciation for these 2 teams as they come past us. Hurlingham and the Prince of Wales. We're enjoying this match. It's tight. 4.5 plays 3. Could go either way. But it's your turn now to get out on that ground and repair the damage from the first half of the game so that the quality of play is as good in the second half. You'll see from up where you're sitting that the area most damaged is probably around the goal mouths. So do come down in that area, please, and help repair the divots that have been caused from our first half of the game. Thanks a lot.
John and Tom and Rob, they're all strong. Are you keeping up with the horses? Yeah, I think so. I think they're doing well. Yeah, it's so much fun, like you said, strong opening chucker. So, any tactics changed now for the second half? A couple, but that's the secret. Yeah, by the time people see this, you'll already be through. So good luck in the second half. Thank you.
Okay, well, just a few words there from Max. He's back out on the field. And just to tell you that the horse that was injured, she's been attended to, and she's going to be fit and fit as a fiddle, just having a couple of stitches, so she's fine, which is always good to hear. We got Max Charlton out there. He's riding a horse from New Zealand in this chukker called Wapiti. We've got Ollie Cudmore, the chestnut that he's riding is called Marriott. She's an 11-year-old mare from Australia. With a white face, very distinctive pony, Jean Duplessis. He's riding a horse called Dig Deep from South Africa. As we go into there, it's George Merrick who drove that one nicely down the field. Sends it up there. It's going to be picked up here in front of the Royal Box. Away he goes, taking it down the field nicely. And it's a beautiful strike from Richard Lepore. Richard Lepore taking it down the field. Ridden hard there by Jean Duplessis. A lovely approach shot by Ollie Cudmore towards the flags. There's a lot of traffic in there as it goes over the back line and out of play. I'll just quickly tell you, Richard Lepore riding a lovely little horse called Gojo, owned by Freddie Deer, and he was very well challenged there by Jean Duplessis on Dig Deep. Two superb horses, one from South Africa and the other one from Argentina. And we'll get a spot hit now for the Prince of Wales's team.
So in comes Tom de Bruyn, knocking it up to Jean Duplessis, Max Charlton in on the meet. Oh my word, Ollie Cudmore very quick to turn on that new line. And Ollie Cudmore's bringing that to goal on the near side, under the neck. No, he can't get there. George Merrick under his tail. He's put it wide. Oh, good pressure here from the Hurlingham team, Tony.
Okay, so that De Bruyn will have another shot, this time from the back line. De Bruyn takes it across the goal face. Tom De Bruyn leans into this one, gets it well downfield. Alec White moving in. Players come together at the boards, picked up now by Duplessis. Jean Duplessis, big lofted drive, well downfield. That shot against the boards takes a hop, it's off the playing field.
That was a cloud puncher.
Hit those clouds and pierce them. Leave that rain where it's at. Okay.
From the line out then, Bulls in play, and straight from it, Tom De Bruyn and Ollie Cudmore fighting hard for it. Cudmore comes away with it though. Richard Lepeur's there to try and pick it up, but he can't get a hold of it. It's picked off here by Rob Archibald, who sends it forward to Jean Duplessis. Jean Duplessis going down towards the goal. Jean Duplessis galloping hard here, trying to be hooked there, but he's going to go all the way and he's going to score! What a fantastic score that was!
It was. Duplessis making up for that missed penalty shot at that end, so it's now 4.5 to 4. Duplessis scoring for the
3 goals to his
Wales
name.
team.
3 goals to his name already.
All right, he's got 3 out of the 4. Jean Duplessis, 6th goaler from South Africa, getting his 3rd score of the match, leading all scorers, I believe.
It was a lovely mare there that he's riding, Dig Deep. He played it in the Coronation Cup last year, Jean, and it's his favourite mare, and you can see why.
Cudmore gets in on the action, but it's stolen again. It's taken up. Duplessis reaches in, but the umpires say no way.
Jean Duplessis got a real good work rate, but this one's gone in favour of Hurlingham. Penalty 5A, a hit from the spot. And Richard Lepeur just discussing with Max Charlton, Ollie Cudmore and George Merrick. Which way are we going to go, boys? So, first blood in this 3rd chukker to the Prince of Wales team. Hurlingham, they need to come back into it. In comes Lepeur. Look at Charlton accelerating away. There's the pass. And galloping forward here, Ollie Cudmore, but back in defence is Tom De Bruyn, who opens his backhand out towards the boards. Archibald picks it up nicely. Archibald now sends a huge drive down the ground. He's absolutely flying down the ground. Richard Lepeur desperately back in defence, plays the near side backhand, but didn't get much length on it. Charlton's the first to turn on it though. Can't take it away with him. George Merrick now coming through, and we've got a whistle on that play. I wonder if Jean Duplessis was slightly guilty of coming across the line there when George Merrick was piling on down the right of way. We'll see what the umpires decide. A couple of these ponies changing. Jamie?
Yeah, just have a quick look. You can see that the horse that George Merrick is riding has got a sticker on its backside. It's a horse called Bunny, so that one's there competing for the retrained racehorse. And Ollie Cudmore also on a horse called Marriott. Comes from Australia. This was a retrained racehorse previously, and that one also in the mix for the retrained racehorse. Richard Lepeur quickly changing there, and he's come back on a horse called Dido. Comes from Ireland, 9 years old, a mare, and the last one coming back out on the field there was Ollie Cudmore. He's got off that horse Bunny, and I think he's coming back on a horse called Mask, but he was due to play in the next chukker. So it'll be a penalty from the hit from the centre of the field, a penalty 5B. It's going to be Richard Lepore. As I said, he just changed off the horse he was on, and he's now on Dido. Comes from the same country as himself, from Ireland.
Okay, Lepore will take this shot from midfield. Distance to goal, 150 yards. Lepore gives it a nice shot along the ground, little worm burner. It's deflected and coming in, turned on by Alec White. Alec White, the number 1 in red. White maintains control, just keeps it along the boards. White still in possession. White trying to get past Lepore. White and Lepore come together. It's a loose ball as George Merrick finds himself with some time, taps it forward, now makes a backhander, doesn't get enough on it. It's White in on that play again, and followed a big hit by DeBrain. DeBrain's got Archibald on the move. Archibald runs to goal, uncontested. Archibald, nice approach. Archibald, can he get there in time? Archibald shot, it's a score! And it's now 5 to 4.5 as the team in red, the Prince of Wales squad, has picked up the lead for the first time today. 5 to 4.5 over Hurlingham.
Let's watch the replay here. That was a superb pass by Tom DeBrain, and picking it up beautifully on the big screen there, Rob Archibald coming down here. Really tough finish there. He had to get it under the neck in order to sneak it inside the right-hand goalpost. Great play.
And just to tell you...
Right, he had a lot of pressure from the defending player and probably was hooked, but really put the power on, a real strong arm shot. Overpowered the hook, pushed it through for the goal.
Ball's in play.
Winning the throw in here. It looked like it was the team in blue, but stealing it back, it is the Prince of Wales squad. Coming in is Archibald. The two umpires will come together to discuss the play. If for any reason they disagree, they'll come to our referee at the sideline, Robert Graham. So let's see what they decide here.
Well, I think the players in red are slightly shocked by that decision, but the players in black are pretty sure which way that one's going to go.
Just tell you the nice black bay or dark bay mare that Robbie Archibald scored that lovely goal on in the last chukker. You saw it accelerate away down. She's a horse called Impulse. She's 9 years old. She comes from Australia, and really giving himself a lot of assistance on that last go. Big, powerful mares. The ball goes back in. Umpires ruled no foul.
Okay, apparently the referee says no foul, so it's back in play. Going back on the defense. DeBrain, nicely back. Oh, what a pickup here by George Merrick. Merrick slows it down. Merrick has possession. Merrick gets past Duplessis. Merrick trying to get past one more defender. He's left it behind. Lepore looking for some room. Lepore. And as one player backs up, we do have a whistle.
Well, play got a little bit scrappy there, but looks like this one is going to go in favour of Hurlingham.
Bit of a pile up there in front of the goal.
Quite a melee there. A few of these players going off to change, Jamie, so you're going to be busy. George Merrick's come just back on with a big white-faced chestnut. Which one's that? Well, it looks like we're going to be taking this penalty. Richard Lepore just coming in. Just a couple of minutes left in this chukker, and Richard Lepore's got the lead back for the Hurlingham.
5.5 to 5.
Just whilst they come back, you might notice that Ollie Cudmore is coming back again on that lovely grey mare of his called M&M. This is the third time that this mare's played, but he's only played it for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes maximum each time. You may play a pony a maximum of 2 full chukkers in a game, but you must give a chukker break if you play it a full chukker. But there's nothing wrong with playing it 3 or 4 times, even 5 times, if you just play it a couple of minutes each.
Ball's in play, and straight from the line out, Tom DeBrain bringing that ball forward for the Commonwealth. Now what's he going to do with it? He's running himself. The rest of his team doing a great job soaking up the opposition. Ollie Cudmore got in the near side backhand, reinforced by Max Charlton. Swooping on that was Richard Lepore, but he couldn't pick it up. Jean Duplessis trying to turn it up towards the goal here. Jean Duplessis with George Merrick all over him like a cheap suit. Sticking to him. Fighting hard for it there is Alec White. We've got another whistle, another melee, Tony.
A lot of pile-ups about that same area. Same goal.
We also had to do all the treading in down there.
Big traffic area down there. This one will go in favor of the Commonwealth.
So, boys, going forward, the Hurlingham team's obviously the England team of the future. Tony, you probably haven't seen too many of these boys. What do you think?
Well, I think there's a lot of talent. I've seen a few of these fellows play. Actually, I saw them play in China.
Ah.
Max Charlton, Duplessis, Brain, Ali. A lot of talent. This is your, as you say, your next crop coming up. And as we pointed out earlier, this is the 20-somethings, and you get the 30-somethings.
Tom DeBrain making sure of that one. The pony didn't actually help him coming in on that. Went sort of slightly squiffy. Look at the slow-mo. Just straightened it up at the last minute and struck in nicely. That was an undefended goal, of course. And now they're back in the lead, the team in red. 6 to 5.5. Back to the middle they come.
Yes, they do. But as you say, the pony might not have come in straight, but the pony came in on a steady gait, so he was able to get a good hit at it. All right, the ball's back in play. The team in red back in the lead. Nice backhander here by Merrick. Merrick takes it out of the air, waits for it to settle. Merrick still has possession of the ball. Merrick reaches back. Merrick, oh, it's stolen here by Archibald. Merrick takes it back once again, George Merrick, but it's stolen now by the team in red. Coming across the ground, Alec White. Alec White, there's the bell. Duplessis is hooked. Duplessis still has possession. He's hooked on the play, takes it again. The whistle sounds by the officials.
And that will conclude chukker number 3. 6 plays 5.5 in favour of the Audi Prince of Wales team. So let's show our appreciation once more of these two teams. Putting up a good display here. It could go either way. Just one more chukker to go.
Undefended goal. It's going to be, I beg your pardon, it's a 3 from 40 yards out. It's Jean Duplessis who's going to take the strike, and he's riding a lovely liver chestnut mare, 15 years old, from South Africa. Jean comes in, he lofts it over the defending players, it's straight down the hey diddle diddle, and another one goes up onto the ball to the Prince of Wales' team. A lovely hitting platform, this horse called Midnight, that Jean Duplessis came in to take the strike on there.
Okay, so the Commonwealth squad takes a 2.5 goal lead, 7 to 5.5 here as we start off chukker number 4. Jean Duplessis picking up one more score. Ball back on the ground, taken now by Charlton. Stolen by DeBrain. Tom DeBrain comes on the outside. In hot pursuit, it's Lepore. Lepore trying to meet DeBrain at the ball. DeBrain picks it up once. Lepore puts some pressure on at the boards. Lepore gets the backhander. It's still on the field. Action on the sideboards. DeBrain comes in. George Merrick turns it back for the blue team. Against the boards once again. Another short backhander, but pouncing on the line, it's Charlton. Max Charlton's shot turned around. Action is still on the far sideboards. Going forward now, Duplessis is hooked. It's backed up, Ali Cudmore. George Merrick comes in. Picks up the ball once again. Little pressure there. Merrick looking for a little room. George Merrick leaves it now for Lepore. Lepore now to Merrick. George Merrick gets one well down the ground. Passes the center line. 2 players rushing in there. Archibald can't quite pick it up. Charlton goes forward. Charlton with a man on his hip. Leaves it behind now for Cudmore. Ali Cudmore sends it towards goal. They're inside the 30. The whistle stops the play.
Well, I think if we look at the replay there, we'll see that Max Charlton, in his anxiety to try and keep possession, may have just come across Jean Duplessis. There's the, here he is. He rides him off. That's legitimate. Then Ollie Cudmore picks it up, and then, yeah, without riding him off, he's come straight across Jean Duplessis there. So that one's going to go in favour of the team in red. A hit from the spot, and it's Tom DeBrain. Seriously big guy. When he hits a ball, it stays hit. In he comes. Taps it forward. The rest of his team getting upfield. There's the big pass, the under the neck shot. Looking for his number 1, Alec White. and in fact going to pick up Rob Archibald here. Rob Archibald can't keep a hold of it though. Following through was Jean Duplessis, backed out of there by George Merrick under the tail and over the boards.
Seriously eating up the time, putting that ball off the field. They're down by 2.5. They need to keep it on the field.
Goal and a half. Ooh, wow, that was a ride-off and a half, and we got a whistle. I wonder what the umpires are going to decide. I think he's going to make a penalty in favour of the Audi Prince of Wales team here. Hit from the spot.
Okay, Tom DeBrain will take this free hit. Tom DeBrain tapping in once. Now lays the lumber to it. Big hit down the left-hand side. Picking up that ball is Archibald. Archibald shot towards that goal. Just wide, just over the back line. And the team in blue will have the knock in. So no timeout as players elect to take their own time to change ponies. Richard Lepore will have the knock in for the Hurlingham squad.
George Merrick there was riding a little horse called Irope. He's come back now on a retrained racehorse called Fly, bred here in the United Kingdom and owned by Roddy Matthews.
So a huge drive from Lepore, but it's bounced off Max's elbow, I think. Oh dear. Or maybe smack in the back. Ouch, that hurts. These polo balls, 3.5 inches on diameter, weigh just under 5 ounces, and when they're hit properly, they travel at 70 miles an hour. So when they hit you, you feel it. So I think, and once again, Jamie, you got your work cut out, because a couple of these players are taking the opportunity to go and change. Max looks to be all right, though.
Well, Ollie Cudmore's got off the retrained racehorse he was riding called Pide, and he's coming back on that lovely little chestnut you see going past the goalmouth. That's a horse called Lucy. She's been loaned to him by Sterling McGregor, and she's 9 years old, born here in the United Kingdom as well. And Jean Duplessis, he's just changed as well, and that dark bay he's coming back on. It's called another one called Joy. We've had 2 horses called Joy here today, and who's the last one coming back on? That's Richard Lepore, and Richard Lepore, he's coming back on a horse called Dido, another horse that comes from Ireland.
All right, we're back in play. George Merrick comes up with it. Merrick backing the ball over to Max Charlton. Charlton trying to get away from the pack. He's lost that ball. Archibald sends one across the field. Duplessis turns. So does Lepore. On the pickup is White and
Tom
the
DeBrain
whistle.
came across there, I think, and I think we'll see on the replay that George Merrick was piling on down that original right of way. So that one's going to go in favour of Hurlingham. Now, I wonder where they're going to place this. Maybe it'll be from the spot. If it had been a bit tighter, they might have marched it up the field. The penalties depend on how severe the infringement was, how dangerous it was, and also geographically where it happens on the ground. But in this instance, they're going from the spot. Richard Lepore sends a drive, looking for Ollie Cudmore. Jean Duplessis picks it beautifully up on his near side. Oh, he's seeing the ball big. And there's a lovely little deft pass back to Tom DeBrain. Tom DeBrain's coming through. Oh, backed out of there, though, by Ollie Cudmore, and we've got a major collision there. And the whistle has gone.
Well, boys, you can see that they want to win this. Both teams really want to do whatever they can to make sure they get this. And it's inevitable with a sport that has 8 horses galloping as fast as they can go. There may end up being some form of a come together. Both the horses are all okay. Alec just looking for his spare horse. We really appreciate everybody that do lend horses for this game this afternoon. Jamie will be telling about you all the people that have lent horses, and it is a massive honour to have your horse playing out here on this fantastic day, and we thank everybody. And I guess we should also thank all the grooms out the back and around the side of the polo field, all of the work you do. The horses look amazingly turned out. They're in very good condition, and we thank you all very, very much for the work that you do with the horses. Up very early, finishing late at night.
Yeah, they have missed a few names during the day, but if I could just say a big thank you to Sterling McGregor, Mahesh Palmer, George Hambry, also the Lovelocks Polo Stud itself, Alan Kent, Nachi Duplessis, Elliston themselves, Jack Archibald, Roddy Matthews, Matt Lodder and Freddie Deere. All of those have loaned ponies, and a big thank you to all of them today for putting on a fine spectacle here for the Diamond Jubilee Trophy, mounting these two teams so well.
Well, we're just going to have a slight pause whilst we get Alec White back on a horse. Looks like he's just about to get on.
They've had a quick chat. If they do disagree, they can go to their third man, but it appears as though the penalty has gone in favour of the Hurlingham team, who were saying that George had got himself on the line, had established himself, and when Alec came in, unnecessary contact, and therefore was had the penalty given against him. So Lepore comes in, he's got his worker bees going out in front. Max Charlton out to the right. He looks like he's the one that's going to receive it. Max checks up hard. He's got Alec coming in to try and make a play behind. Now Richie Lepore, look at him go down the middle at speed. Maxie sends a nice shot, but it hasn't gone as far as he wants, and it looks like the Prince of Wales team will get possession. Lepore comes in quickly, but somehow he's got on it. What a great play there from Richard Lepore. Back on the inside. He's got to deal with these players up in front. George Merrick's gone for the pass. Can Lepore get to him free? Then they'll get to within half a goal. Coming across is Tom Dubrain with a nice little backhand. Not enough distance. George Merrick gets ridden off by by Robbie Arch. And we've got a whistle down in the corner.
Well, I have to see the replay on that one. It was fast and furious. Here was George Merrick piling on down the right of way, and in front of him Prince of Wales team members trying desperately to get the ball back off him. And this looks like a penalty too, Tony.
Is the team in blue, the Hurlingham squad, will have a chance to get within a half a goal. This is an important penalty shot for the Hurlingham squad. Max Charlton carefully teamed this all up. We got enough time.
Well, he's hit two penalties so far, a penalty 2 and a penalty 4. The penalty 4, the ball came down with snow on it.
Sky high.
This to take the Hurlingham team to back within half a goal. Let's watch. Strong drive, and no mistaking, his third penalty of the afternoon.
6.5 to 7, 7 to 6.5. They're within a half a goal. So it's still up for grabs.
Coming back to the middle then, Hurlingham. They've only got 3 minutes left on the clock. And we've got a whistle. So, looks like we're changing sticks or changing horses? Changing horses. What was the name of that pony, Jamie, the one Max was playing there, because she provided him with a superb gun platform. Sort of liver chestnut horse with a white face.
He's riding a horse called Duncan. He was riding his horse, etc., and he played in the first chucker, and I missed the change, so I'll just be honest with you, I missed that change. Huh?
You missed one?
You try keeping order.
George Merrick coming back on nice looking chestnut pony with a white face.
Well, it's, I'm sure they're coming back on their favorites now. They really need everything to persevere here. All important last couple of minutes of this chukker, down by a half a goal. The red team felt confident. They all stayed on these ponies. All right, the ball's back in play. Duplessis wins the throw-in. Duplessis breaks out of the pack. Jean Duplessis on the outside. Duplessis lost that play. Duplessis, his shot stolen now, turned back. Charlton short backhander. George Merrick comes in, backs the ball across the center. Dubrain is there. Tom DeBrain, nice tail shot, setting up Duplessis. Duplessis, good ball control, Duplessis. Jean Duplessis turns it around, strokes one downfield. He's got Archibald in front, going to goal. Rob Archibald in scoring position. Archibald takes the goalpost with him, puts it through the score, and they're back on top by a goal and a half, 8 to 6.5. I believe we'll have some timeout for that goalpost. And the score now 8 to 6.5. The Commonwealth takes back the lead.
Rob Archibald showing true commitment, Tony, there, trying to keep the ball on his offside so he can make sure of that goal.
He sure did, but Jean Duplessis won the throw-in. Very important to win that ball in the throw-in, as he did. Kept control, held on to that play, had to fend off 2 defenders until he found the right opportunity to look downfield and saw where Archibald was loose and gave that ball downfield where he could get to it. Very heads-up play by Jean Duplessis, who's played very well today. And I don't know who's judging or if there even is a MVP, but Jean Duplessis could certainly be the MVP of today's game.
Completely agree with you, Tony and Felix. And I think looking forward to our next game, which will start at just after 3 o'clock. Tony mentioning about the throw-ins. I'm sure both teams, both Luke Tomlinson's England team and Nick Roldan's USA team, throw-ins will be so important. And you see Jean Duplessis, when he got hold of that ball, his vision and his awareness of where his other players were, it was a good call from Rob Archibald to call for it. But his ability to look up, know what's going on, and then still hit the pass into a spot when there was 3 horses in front of him, not hit the horse, is just fantastic. And the level of polo that we're watching here is fantastic. And this afternoon it will be a step up even further, and really, really looking forward to it. So 1.5 minutes to go. Hurlingham have got a goal and a half to try and make up. Obviously they're going to have to get 2 goals. And at the moment, my money's on the Aussies and the South Africans.
Well, it would be. You need something to cheer about.
and as Felix pointed out, we just saw it on the replay. Rob Archibald could have just let that ball roll through, but he kept it on his offside. Okay.
Here we go then. Merrick fights hard for it, but Tom DeBrain's there. Now Rob Archibald picks it up. Oh, turned around by Ollie Cudmore. Max Charlton's quick to turn, but Rob Archibald's there in defence. Plays the backhand. It bounces off Charlton's pony. Charlton on the new right of way, opens his backhand, looking for Richard Lepeur. George Merrick's there, and Merrick comes through on the loose ball, sends it up to Richard Lepeur, who centres it now beautifully. Richard Lepeur, Cudmore in fact, Ollie Cudmore, lofted it through, what a goal!
And there you had it. The red team won the throw-in momentarily, but the blue team stole it, took it back, got past DeBrain, and came up with a score.
8 plays 7.5, less than a minute to go. Wow, 50 seconds left on the clock.
All right, it's close. Half a goal separates these 2 teams right now. The ball's back in play. It's taken out of there now by Alec White. White, oh, it's DeBrain up in front, okay. Tom DeBrain, Tom DeBrain. DeBrain runs it towards goal. DeBrain keeping the ball. DeBrain shoots. He's got the score. And it looks like the Commonwealth is going to take the match. We're just about to run out of time. 9 to 7.5. They'll come back towards the middle of the field. Do we have enough time?
Sensational run by Tom DeBrain there. There's the final bell, folks. It's all over. Audi Prince of Wales team, the young Commonwealth team, have prevailed here over the howtospendit.com Hurlingham team, Young England. A really lovely match to watch. 16 goals on the board. Hope you've enjoyed that. Remember, this is just a taster for this afternoon. Our thanks to our 2 umpires, Tim Bone and Charles Siebel, and to our 3rd man, Robert Graham. The Diamond Jubilee Trophy will be presented at the prize giving later on this afternoon. And join us later on after lunch for the Westchester Cup. Thank you.